Hi, welcome back to another Paul's Beer Reviews. Tonight I've got a special one. It's Beer Review 30, I believe. Already I've gone through 30 different beers. And eagle-eyed of you might have noticed, those of you who've watched the videos, that I tend to use the same glass. I say 90% of my videos I use the same glass, and it is my Trooper glass. And tonight I'm actually going to review Trooper. Bit overdue, but here we go. So, Robinsons and Iron Maiden collaborated. Well, they've collaborated a few times now, but this was the first time they collaborated. And they produced this ale, Trooper. Premium British beer. 4.7% ABV. Yeah, this came out, I think, about 5 years ago now. Must be pushing 5 years ago. It's a citrusy ale. I remember when they first announced they were doing it, I was very excited because I'm an Iron Maiden fan and I'm a fan of beer, obviously. And then when this came out, I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. And the first time I actually got my hands on it was at Download Festival in Donington. And I went there. Iron Maiden were headlining on a Saturday night. And I found out that they had, I think there was at least 2 Trooper bars set up on the site. And I couldn't wait to get my hands on it, and I went there and had a few, and they went down quite nicely. Yeah, and then it shortly started appearing in the supermarkets, and it is now one of the most readily available ales on the market. Every single supermarket you go to usually stock this stuff. It's done very well, and they've since collaborated. Robinsons and Iron Maiden have collaborated since, and they've knocked out at least 3 more different beers. They knocked out the hallowed Belgian style ale, which I reviewed a few back. They've recently released one called Light Brigade, which I'm going to be reviewing next. That's my next review. I've got that one lined up. But this is the original. This was the original Robinsons and Iron Maiden collaboration. This is Trooper. So there is the bottle top, and there's lots of different bottle tops. And the ones at the moment, they tend to be taken from sort of artwork from I think it's a mobile game. Yeah, it's called Legacy of the Beast. It's a mobile video game. I've not played it. It's not really my kind of thing. But yeah, also I'll give you a bit of reading what it says on the bottle. Okay, you got Eddie, the Iron Maiden mascot there, in his uniform there with his Union Jack flag. Okay, onward, rode the 600. Okay, the charge of the Light Brigade, which inspired the Iron Maiden song The Trooper, took place at the Battle of Balaclava in 1854 during the Crimean War, when 600 British cavalry courageously charged the massed Russian artillery. This gallant but foolhardy assault resulted in a massive loss of life and came about due to a misunderstanding of an order given by the commanding officer, Lord Raglan. Launched in 2013, Trooper is an award-winning premium British beer that has sold over 15 million pints worldwide. Iron Maiden vocalist Bruce Dickinson worked with Robinsons to develop a beer which has true depth of character, malt flavours and citric notes from a unique blend of Bobec, Goldings and Cascade hops. These dominate this deep golden ale with a subtle hint of lemon. Contains malted barley and wheat. Yeah, there it is. So over the last few years, this has become one of my go-to beers. I'm a bit of a fan. It's a no nonsense, non-offensive, old-fashioned English ale, and it goes down nicely. So let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. And this is going to be interesting for me because I've never actually reviewed it. I mean, I've drunk a ton of these, and I've never actually sort of even done a review in my mind. It's always just been like, I like it, you know. So it comes into a glass, and already you're getting that citrus notes. It's poured quite nicely, that one. There's a little bit left in the bottom of the bottle there. It's not a bottle conditioned ale, so you're not going to get sediment or anything like that floating around in the bottom of it. Let that die down, see if I can get the rest in there. Yes, I can. Lovely jubbly. Right, leave that there so you can admire the wonderful artwork. And doesn't that look good? A Trooper beer in a Trooper glass at last. Anyway, so there it is. There is Trooper at relatively decent levels of carbonation. A few bubbles flying up the glass there. It's maintaining a one finger, slightly tan head, but it's your traditional looking English ale, coppery colour, looking very nice. It's relatively transparent, no real haze to it. Let's get a smell. Lots of citrus straight away. Bit of malt. Slight bit of hop on the back end there. It's a well balanced ale just from the aroma. Give it a bit of a wriggle without chucking it all over myself. Yep, citrusy, malty, hoppy. It's a very well-rounded ale. Right, let's get a taste, guys. Cheers. Straight away, bit of citrus, sort of citrus freshness. It's quite sharp. It's got a biscuity malt, and it's got a nice hoppy finish to it. It's quite a quick mouthfeel. It's not a long one, but it's very refreshing. It's got a very fresh, citrusy, rounded mouthfeel to it. You know, it's very fresh feeling, very fresh tasting. So that bit of citrus, that lemon, a little bit of lime, straight away. And then it kind of, you get a bit of toffee malt. Toffee comes into it. And then you get that hoppy back end. Not overly hoppy. It's not a hot bomb by any stretch of the imagination. But it does give it a nicely balanced, hoppy, bitter finish to it. Again, it's a well-balanced beer. It's not amazing. It's not going to blow your mind. It's not one that you've got to sit and savour for ages. It's a sessionable one. I mean, it's 4.7%. So some people might consider that a bit high in the alcohol content to be a sessionable one. But for me, the flavour and the mouthfeel for it, I'll drink a few of these quite happily. So yeah. Good levels of citrus. Nice sweet toffee malt comes through. And then you get that subtle hoppy bitter finish to it. It's very nice. It's a very refreshing beer. It's totally unoffensive. It's just a good English ale. It ticks all the boxes. Ticks all the boxes. It really does. You've got the, like I say, you've got the citrus at the beginning of the palate. You've got the toffee mid-palate. And then you get the subtle hops at the back end. What hops did it say used again? Bobet, Goldings and Cascade hops. And again, I like the fact that it, actually specifies what hops are used. It's good. It's good beer. Really good beer. And you can see by the way it's going down, it's an easy drinking one. Yeah, they've nailed it for me. Robinsons and I Maiden with this one. They nailed it. When I first tasted it, I just thought that's a really good beer. It's a really good ale. I think if someone were to ask, someone from another country what an English ale tastes like, I think this is one that you could point them towards. If someone wanted to learn about English ale, for me, my personal experience, I think this is one of the beers that I would point them towards and say this is kind of your foundations of what a British ale, a good old fashioned British ale should taste like and look like. It's spot on. It's a really good ale. It's really good stuff. And because of that, I can't really give it a bad score. It's not going to blow your mind. It's nothing new. It's nothing different. But it does what it does well. It's got that nice citrusy flavour. It's got a nice malt touch to it. And it's got a nice hoppy finish on it as well. It's well made. And it's done very well. And it deserves its success. So, yeah, long may it continue. And long, hopefully, I can continue to drink it. So, yeah, Trooper. The original, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's a really good beer. Yeah, so there you go. Finally, got round to reviewing it. There it is, Trooper. It's in all the supermarkets. You can go and get it. And, yeah, if you go get it, let me know what you think about it. Leave your comments below. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. And, like I say, I've got plenty more beer reviews lined up. So I'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers.